So all of these declassified patents tie in with the Tom DeLonge Partial Disclosure Initiative. And so here he is standing in front of NASA headquarters. But recently I noticed another interesting thing, and that is something a little odd, okay, from a concert footage video that I saw. And it says, Tom DeLonge responds to the claim he's $37 million in debt at the post-Blink 182 company. Now, what's weird about this is that Tom DeLonge was out there trying to raise money. He wanted us to pay for their flying saucer project. They had issued enough stock that it could be worth potentially $200 million of investment, which even people were saying that's not really enough to do this. But if you actually go to the website, which I did, and you look at it, you have to give them your social security number, and you have to consent to being put under surveillance and background checks by his allies in the CIA. So they only raised $26,000 more than $1 million. But they spent $37 million to try to raise this money. Now, you've been looking at this picture for a while, but have you looked too much at the bottom left of what is on his speaker cabinet? Okay, well, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. We don't necessarily have these craft already, right? It's a little weird because I'm not saying all Freemasons are bad. That would be ridiculous. But what I am saying is that you take an oath to uphold secrecy. So it's a little strange. Now, one of the things that we've heard is that the Tom DeLonge Initiative is, part of it is the declassification of these flying black triangles, the admittance that they have them. The other part of it is Atlantean, quote-unquote, ruins under the sea. And that's a big, big part of this thing that they're getting ready to tell us. Now, for years, and you can cut back to me, I'm not going to do the slides right away. For years, we have been saying, we as in my colleagues and myself, through various leaks that we've gotten from various inside sources. Now, this is Alliance information, okay? What we have heard is that these cabal folks believe that they are the descendants of extraterrestrial beings who originated on a planet that has since exploded in our solar system, and that was called Tiamat or Maldek. Mars was also like Earth. It had oceans just like Maldek did. And Mars was a captured satellite. It was like a moon, but it was also habitable. When the planet exploded, this was 500,000 years ago, it created the asteroid belt. So all those rocks in our solar system, that's not normally going to happen like that. The comets, and this is based on scientific analysis, including Dr. Tom Van Flandern, who did this publicly, the comets would be the oceans of this planet that have frozen into the dirty snowballs. The asteroids would be the chunks of the planet itself. Mars became totally devastated, wiped out, destroyed by this disaster, as did a lot of other stuff in our solar system. But this was a very advanced society. The society, and our intel has been really good on this for a long time, the society also had a very elaborate technological device that we would now, in Star Wars terms, want to call the Death Star. And again, this is the problem. It's the laughter curtain. It's one of the biggest movies ever made, Star Wars. The Death Star features in almost all of the Star Wars episodes in some form. And it's actually not just something that George Lucas came up with on his own. It's leaked intel that he built a movie around. Our moon, whether we are ready to accept this yet or not, our moon is a technological build-out. It was a very advanced craft that could be flown around and used as a weapon. It could come and go. They had it parked around this planet. So there's so much intel. You have to understand something, guys. In the 1950s, there was something called the brain drain. 3/4 of those people that were taken were not from the United States. There was about 55 million people taken in the late 1950s in the brain drain. 55 million. They had a mandatory program where you had to have kids and you had to have a big family, so they get a lot of workers. And now they've had huge advancements in cloning, so they have millions and millions and millions of clones. So, as strange as it might sound, they seeded another civilization that either works underground or off-planet, and those people are almost never allowed to come back to the surface of the Earth again. But they were the cream of the crop in the world. So there's a lot of people that are Indian, there's a lot of people that are Asian, there's a lot of blacks. All the different races that we see are represented in this group. And what they do is they study all this really cool stuff, including all these amazing extraterrestrial ruins. It is a real big joke that we don't think there's anybody else here but us, and that we don't think that they came here already and that they already left all this stuff behind, this awesome stuff, including pyramids. So I'm going to loop back into the Tom DeLonge thing, because this Illuminati group that we hear about on Earth, what happened to them is that their society, in the aftermath of their planet being destroyed, they had relocated to Earth and they had relocated to the moon, and they specifically were living on Antarctica, what we now call Antarctica, before it had gotten the Earth's axis tilted and it got covered by water and ice, which then the water froze to ice. So the latest intel that we have is that the solar flash would happen periodically, and some of them are less bad and some of them are more bad. Now, when a solar flash happens, you got to get underground. You can't be on the surface of the planet if you want to survive in your physical body, at least. Okay? And these things do happen. So there was a very, very bad solar flash that was getting ready to happen, and what they did, since they had the ability to control the moon and where it went, is they steered the moon in front of the Earth to protect the Earth. They had to position the moon just right so that the entire surface of the Earth would be covered, or as much as they could, to try to get the bulk, because when the sun does this, it throws out a lot of debris. So they positioned the moon in such a way that we now have this perfect corona when you get a total solar eclipse. That's because that's the positioning that will try to maximize the reduction of damage to the planet as the sun does its thing. Some of these people crash-landed on Earth from this. There was 3 motherships, and they crash-landed on Antarctica because the moon took a very bad hit. Everybody that was living on the moon died from the impact. So in previous talks, in previous years, if you follow my work closely, the intel back then was that it was hit by a projectile going 3/4 the speed of light, shattered all these glass, quote-unquote, domes that people were living under. There's literally hundreds of thousands of people in the off-planet society working on trying to solve these problems and understand what happened. The latest and greatest intel, and this is the world exclusive, I've never talked about this before, is that it wasn't a projectile, it was a solar flash, and they used the moon to protect the Earth because they had this big base on the Earth. A lot of their stuff on the Earth got wiped out in this blast, but some of them crash-landed, and they had to rebuild basically from nothing. So why am I telling you all this? Because I've been saying now through the inside leaks for years that what we were going to see was a disclosure from the cabal saying that they are the descendants of the people from Mars and the moon, showing us ruins. They plan to do this over a long time. Show us ruins on the moon, show us ruins on Mars, say that's where we came from, we crash-landed, we had elongated skulls, we were different than the rest of you, we were a lot more intelligent, we had spiritual superpowers you guys didn't have, and we took over the planet. Now, I've been saying this for a long time. This is nothing new. If you read my book, The Ascension Mysteries, the whole second half of the book is a detailed treatment of that story. The Mars migration, these people that came from the Mars and the moon to the Earth, crash-landed here in a disaster, and then took over the planet. Now, Tom DeLonge does not give my book any credit when he says this, but this is an excerpt from him being on Joe Rogan Experience. Now, this is TDL, Tom DeLonge, talking to Joe Rogan in that interview that you can go watch if you can handle it. It's pretty rough to watch because he's very twitchy the whole time. And it's just not fun to see. Rogan does not appear to be buying any of it. He's not really into UFOs at all. I do know that there's connections to, you won't even effing believe it, but I'll tell you. And Joe Rogan says, please. Atlantis. Now, he's been talking about UFOs up until now. This is a very strange twist in the whole storyline. Atlantis, the sunken city? And he says, yeah. There's a connection, Joe Rogan says. And he says, there's a connection. Now, here it comes. What's the connection? And then he says that there is a very advanced group that left after a catastrophe. Now, notice all the stuff that's left out. Does he say where the catastrophe is? I'll tell you right now before we read the rest. No, he doesn't. He doesn't say what the catastrophe was. He doesn't say where the catastrophe was. He doesn't say how he knows this. He certainly doesn't say, I read it all in David Wilcock's book. Okay? And I was telling you, this is their mythology, that they are the descendants of a very advanced group that left their homeworld by necessity after there was a catastrophe. They hung around in a small outpost here on Earth, and throughout time, they would push civilization forward. That is exactly what the Illuminati believe. They believe they are the descendants of people from Mars and the moon with elongated skulls that had more advanced technology. They civilized us. They gave us animal husbandry. They taught us how to grow crops. They taught us all these cool things about civilization, mathematics, astronomy, all this stuff. They take credit for that. And that behind the scenes, they call themselves the hidden directorate, right? They manipulate things where they become the royals, they become the elite, and they maintain the purity of their bloodline. And they want to come out of the cosmic closet.